All right. So I found this yesterday. I was making a vid earlier, but I had some technical difficulties. So I know a little bit about this, but I want to not waste your time, but I want to give you information. So if you see this video, look, put in the background and play your game. Or read a book, or don't read a book, but do whatever you was doing, have me in the background. Right. So let's start talking about this play-by-play studios or reinvent street basketball with the run. Got next. Again, I want to start off stating they did not say NBA Street. Now, if you're saying because it's on an NBA game, I'll be one to say I agree, but also they have not stated that it's there also is a game called Freestyle Street Basketball. Well, here it is, street basketball. So right now we got, some things in the air, right? Innovation can be hard to come by in the world of sports video games. Enter Play-by-Play Studios, a new development team with a fresh take on basketball gaming. Their debut title, The Run Got Next, promises to blend the gritty authenticity of street hoops with the addictive progression of roguelike games. We sat down with the team to dive deep into their vision, development process, and challenges in bringing their unique concept to life. Now, roguelike games normally you're playing through, and normally your progress saves as long as you're in that run. Once the run is over, But yeah, once the run is over, everything resets. You start it all over again. So don't, even if you have like a custom character, you can't like maximize their stats and have maxed out stats. You will still have a base stat, and then you'll go from there. Which again, I don't see why you can't make a custom character. But again, that's just me, right? So we got here, new vision for sports gaming. At the heart of Play-by-Play Studios, a passion for both sports and gaming, founder and CEO Scott Propst explains the studio's founding philosophy. Sorry if I butchered the name. Our aim with Play-by-Play has been to take our combined passion for sports and games and bring them together in new and exciting ways. On a personal level, both sports and games have built similar things for me in my life. Opportunities to connect with people, to build friendship, to compete, to enjoy our time together, to get better, and most importantly, to have fun. That's really been the foundation of the run for us. Let's bring players together in the name of fun, bend the rules a little bit, and ultimately create everlasting memories for our players within the game and experience we create. That sounds good. Their vision is to bring people together. You can make friendships, have fun. Who knows? Maybe even have a rivalry with someone. Who knows? As long as it's not toxic. You see, they don't want any toxic behavior. They just want people to have fun. We're at the spot where we're gonna figure out why we might be seeing this as quote always online, and it makes sense to me, but don't mean I like it, right? So, this vision, connection, and fun premates every aspect of the run got next from its fast-paced gameplay to its unique character roster. This will not have, quote, the feeling of the older NBA Street games. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay. But they want to innovate and just make the game fun. It might be a little blend of NBA Street with some NBA Jam and a little bit of, you could say freestyle, I guess. But Tape to Tape seems like it has a lot in here, and we're actually gonna get into that, right? Blending genres. Basketball meets roguelike. Our most intriguing aspect of the run got next is its fusion of basketball action with roguelike progression. Creative director Mike Young shed light on his innovative approach. First, the team takes inspiration from other games and other genres that we play and love. In my last role, I was helping on a new roguelike game and immersed myself in games like Hades. When I came to Play-by-Play, our lead designer, Ryan Murphy, who was also in the roguelike games early in development, we were playing games like Balatro and Cult of the Lamb and came across Tape to Tape. Those were the games that were most inspired by. The big difference is that we are trying to do it in a multiplayer game. So they're having roguelike games, they're trying to place it into this street game. Well, this street basketball game, which I'm fine with it. So the character's gonna have strengths and weaknesses, and as you're playing through the roguelike game, you might be able to cover up your weaknesses, so your strength may become your weaknesses, or you might be able to double down on your strengths, be really strong, and then your glaring weaknesses, you'll want that to be covered up by other players. I like that sound. Right? Young went on to explain how this structure mirrors traditional sports seasons. Here we go. This I liked. Secondly, the structure of a roguelike mirrors a traditional sports season. You play to improve throughout the season, gaining valuable experience and trying to enhance your chances along the way with roster moves and other money-making endeavors. Then after the season, you reload and try to address your shortcomings. Your player trains to get faster and stronger and look to add new dimensions to their game. You sign new players and may get new endorsements and sponsors. So there might be endorsements in the game, sponsors in the game, so maybe you get bigger bonuses, bigger payouts, and it'll make it easier over time to have that perfect player you're looking for. I could be wrong. I have not played the game, but I do like the sound of this. So there's not going to be like permanent stats you're playing within the season. This is the roguelike mode. I assume there will be a non-roguelike mode you can play. And that might be where most of the competitive play comes in, but I like this idea. Oh, this innovative approach promises to add layers of strategy and replayability to the traditional basketball game formula. You're right. Now, if they have an offline port of the game, I don't think it'll reset. It'll just constantly be able to go, or just resets when, your play, whatever you're playing was over. So I can see why they want this to always be online. But can they always keep the servers on? I would just state you would want an offline mode for training and just to get an understanding how you can keep moving around with your player without messing it up within the season. That's my opinion. Okay, crafting unique characters. Creating a diverse and balanced roster of street basketball is no small feat. Young detailed their approach. The first thing we ask, what is the player's role? Who's going to be our best shooter? Who is our dunker, blocker, etc.? We also want our characters to have weaknesses. Collaboration and roster construction needs to be important. Then we look at what holes are in our roster. Is there a hot sauce? A Cheryl Miller? Would it be fun to play with a defensive player only like Dennis Rodman? Now I want to put out there, you didn't hear anything, you didn't hear like a big dog, you didn't hear about a Big Joe, you didn't hear about Stretch, Osmosis. But, I mean, as long as the play is good, the play is good. The team's commitment to diversity and authenticity is clear, as Young explains. The thing we like about street ball is that you can have a much more diverse lineup of characters that thrives in pickup ball. Players with unique bodies like Escalade were a huge inspiration. Smaller players like the Professor, players of all ages and sizes. That is true. You have more to work with. If you were to put NBA players there, you have to put everyone from the NBA and then have that all saved and then still come out with unique characters. And it brings up a plethora of issues with having, first off, too many players, right? And even though it'll be, quote, diverse with players, trying to put the NBA players in the roguelike part of the game would be a struggle. I actually get this. So anyone who's looking for like an NBA game, this can still be for you. But I don't think you'll enjoy the roguelike feature of the game unless you can avoid it. But I'm liking the sound of this. Capturing global street hoop culture. Authenticity is a key focus for play-by-play studios, especially when representing street basketball culture worldwide. Young detailed their extensive research process. We have a wide network of consultations from our days at Electronic Arts and beyond. If we don't know the right person, we know the person that does. For example, we are in talks now with a really well-known and respected street hoop and authority and historian that currently runs international street tournaments. Oh, okay. I don't know anything about it, but I'm glad they know. The team's commitment to authenticity extends to every aspect of the game. We also believe in tapping into local talent. For instance, with our character that originated in Senegal, we had a consultant from the backstory and another to help with the native language and accent. Okay, so even though these are unique characters they're making, it's still based on real life players, which I like. Okay. Props added to the importance of audio and creating authentic experience. The way the game sounds, the music, the voices, it all needs to come together and sound authentic. Street Hoops has a particular style, feel, and sound. And to Mike's point, we have to get it right across the board. That's why we've been so thoughtful of our approach and really trying to deliver an experience that ultimately feels, plays, and sounds authentic to Street Hoops. Again, they're just saying Street Hoops. They're talking about the vibe of street ball, not necessarily a video game, which I like. A unique style, a unique visual style. Okay. The game's distinctive look is a result from conscious design choices. As animated director Mike Lego explains, for the artistic director, we wanted to have a handcrafted art style with a street and stylized look. The hope is to create a unique, timeless aesthetic that isn't married to the cutting-edge technology that tends to emulate photorealism. That's good. Let me explain why. It'll never be like, oh, these graphics aren't better than this graphic is better than that. It just has a creative art style that makes it to last the test of time. Because if something can have, bleeding edge technology in the future, and then a few months later it does not have bleeding edge, technology on the game because there's new bleeding edge technology, the graphics aren't as good anymore. That's a good idea to look at it. Okay. This stylized approach extends to the game's animation. Realism and motion wouldn't match our aesthetic. The stylized characters and hand-keyed animations are able to have dynamism in a first scene that motion captures lacks. Some motions and poses are physically impossible to do in a mocap suit. Okay, so they want it to be effective, they want it to be dynamic, but they didn't want to use like an actual person, which again, I get, why some people would want that, but because it's not looking for realism, you don't want to add a realism movement in the game because trying to speed it up or slow it down or change it would cause an issue. So I know for a fact, they're not gonna have customization and moves as in like create a move, which again, that would be a lot to add. And that's fine. Custom characters still feel like it's a possibility in the future, but right now, day one, I can understand it. They won't have that per se, but they have ways to purchase things for your character that can look different and dynamic. So it'll still feel like your own character. So I get it. I still want to be able to create a character. Let's not get it twisted. But they gotta find a balanced style right now too. But what they're telling me right now, I can see why they don't have it. Because it's gonna be a lot of customization once you start playing, especially in these roguelike modes. You're gonna have a lot of customization. It might give you different looks. It might give you different stats. So we don't know. Okay. Overcoming development challenges. Okay, creating a new IP is never easy, correct. And the Run.Next is no exception. Props candidly discuss the approach to problem solving. Right now, the problem is they expect it to be an NBA Street game. They're not expecting it to be a roguelike game. So it's gonna have some growing pains. There's again no NBA, there's no game that's gonna relate to it. Well, not in this genre. So it might be people outside of a sports genre that are coming and want to play. There might be people, from 2K who might actually see, it's play for stats. So your playing time will actually be what is dictating what's going on. I don't think to pay to win on this. Even if you could, I just don't see the value if it's going to reset the next season. That is awesome. That is really awesome. So it's almost like they have a ranked mode within that mode. You can have the roguelike mode as a ranked mode. But hey, let's keep it going. We're still in development and we're facing challenges every day. That's the name of the game. For us, what it always comes down to, no matter the problem, is the game. We play test almost every day as a team and are brutally honest with each other. No matter what discussion needs to be had, we have it to make the game better. Yes. Oh, here we go. This is something that I need. Oh, they also are looking in the future. But the challenge of balance, we need to know this. Strategic modifiers basically boost the odds of a successful action. Strategic modifiers? Okay, keep reading. They can come in different forms along with different ways to trigger. But at the core, the player is trying to gain or increase existing modifier bonuses to give them the best chance for a successful outcome when doing an action like dunking, jump shot, stealing, etc. Okay. Murphy emphasized the strategic depth these modifiers add. Modifiers? Okay, talk to me. Part of the strategy is choosing modifiers that align with players' chosen character or the player's gameplay preference, but also taking into consideration on how to counter another team's modifier choices. This effect of modifiers in the game will be very based on the type of modifiers, but as the player progression through a run, they will become stronger and more capable. Oh, and a more capable baller. Okay, let me give an example, right? So they have, well, you can use NBA 2K, but I want to go more towards live because they have traits that you can equip to the character and take off the character, right? So that's going to be like these modifiers. So let's say, for example, you had way back, and then you get like catch and shoot. You're like, oh yeah, I'm becoming a shooter. I'm becoming a shooter. And then you get like quick trigger so you can shoot the ball faster. These things are great. But then you got someone that just has, you know, for example, was it icy hot or cold block? Something like that, right? Point blank, if they block your shot or they make you miss, you'll get cold. Once you're getting cold, it's harder to shoot. So you basically had everything you just had diminished because they got these badges that make or have their traits that make your traits not working. So you want to come across different traits, but you also want to build it with different teammates too. I like that idea. So now you'll kind of want to actually have players who are playing that can, you know, have strengths that you don't have, and you want to have weaknesses that you don't have. You want to combine yourself together to make a well-balanced team. Okay, looking to the future. This is stuff you're going to need. While your team is focused on perfecting the core game, they're also looking ahead to post-launch support. Young shared their aspirations. First, we need the game to come out and have success. We plan to release more characters. We like the sound of that. Courts, we like that. Vanity items. I don't know what that means. Someone tell me down low. And ideally ways to play. Right, okay. Of course, we'll be listening to our players to help us prioritize what we focus on, but our intention is to support the game with live service content, hopefully for years to come. Again, I'm not against live service, but if people don't buy into this live service, the players who have purchased the game, will we have another mode that we can play if you don't support the live service anymore? But if you don't support it and we have to buy it, we're basically stuck with nothing. It's just a stat stick that can't be used. I don't like that. Okay. As development continues, the run got next. It's clear that Play-by-Play Studios is committed to creating something unique in the sports gaming landscape by blending the raw energy of street basketball with innovative gameplay mechanics and a deep respect for global hoops culture. They aim to deliver an experience that stands out from the crowd. While challenges remain, the team's passion and dedication shine through in every aspect of the game's design. As we eagerly await more news on the run got next, one thing is certain. This isn't just another basketball game. It's a bold new vision for what sports games can be. Stay tuned to Sports Gamers online for more updates on the run got next as development progress. We'll be watching closely. Okay, so let me tell y'all what I've gotten from this, right? So I feel like I got like an Overwatch vision of the game, right? They want to have balance of the game. One team against another team, keeping it online, different seasons. Now, will they have a non-season mode, right? Again, you're probably, Overwatch is a basketball game. But they're having one team with strengths and weaknesses against another team with strengths and weaknesses. So like, for example, if we're looking at this game, you're going to have, you know, your tank, which probably is your big, your support is probably your guard, and then like your DPS is like your wing. Okay, so we're gonna have different roles within the game, or should I say roles of shooter, rebounder, and stealer. You know, point blank. So there's different roles they want to keep balanced. Now, within them having balanced their original characters, they also have to balance these passes you might get from playing the roguelike game. They don't want it to feel too strong or too weak, but they want it to feel as if you can gain an advantage. Someone's not gaining the proper buffs for their playstyle. So, like for example, if I wanted to be a 3-and-D player on the wing, right? I just catch it and I shoot it from 3, but I don't have much dribble. They come and contest me. Now I have to either pass it back to the guard or probably lose the ball, right? So they're trying to make this work well. If it has anything that's part from anything from tape to tape, I enjoy tape to tape. I'm still learning more in the game as I play it, which is great. They want this to be a live service game that goes a long way. They're going to be adding more to it. Now, for it being a live service game, I think we'll have to constantly buy these updates too. I don't know exactly what it does. One thing I don't want, please, no battle passes. Battle passes, like, is the worst feeling ever to say, oh, I gotta buy another battle pass. And anyone who buys the game, because this is not a free-to-play game, we don't want to buy a battle pass like 2K. We don't want to spend so much money like 2K. Like, we buy the game, it's cool. Now, we end up having to buy, like, DLC in the future. We're okay with that. But not like silly microtransactions like EXP boost. Like we have to buy the more courts. I'm cool with it. Or buy like some single player mode. I'm cool with it. But how they do it, I don't know. Now, I got the Overwatch part out the way. Now within that, they have to tape the tape. It's still gonna be based on team. Like if you're gonna play at random players and some of those modes, you have to know a position that's not popular or a place that is not popular so you can fit into your team. I like this. I don't want to make the video too long. We're 22 minutes in. Y'all want to add into this? We can have a talk in the comment section below. Until next time, take care. Thank you for watching the video. Like and subscribing, because you can put that subscribe button that's right over here. And don't forget, you can watch the videos over here. I want to see you in there too, all right? You enjoy yourself.